Mexico City is a great city for me because I really love global cities. The vibrancy, the culture, the people, the food, the warm weather. There's just so many things to love about it. I try to be very conscious about coming here not as a tourist. So when I came to Mexico City, I wanted to make sure that I was learning Spanish, that I was making local friends.
¿Tienes heladitos, pero más chicos?
Más chicos no.
No, solo este.
Solo tengo de esa.
Mexico is home for me for the foreseeable future. My name is Derrick Morgan Jr. I'm 34 years old and live in Mexico City. I'm on track to make more than $350,000 a year in 2025. I'm a full-service trademark attorney, so that could be anything from a trademark search, trademark prosecution, trademark representation, litigation, office action support. It's A to Z for trademark services. Five years ago when I started, I was working by myself, working 17-hour days. Now, my systems are a lot better. I have myself, my paralegal, and an AI assistant where everything is a lot more streamlined. I've always loved traveling. I've been to 60 countries so far. One thing about travel is just I really love to explore new cultures, new food, new people, and traveling for me has just always been something that I've loved. Mexico is my favorite country by far of the 60 that I've been to, which is also why I decided to move here. There's no requirements for me to be in the States. Trademark law is federal law, so it doesn't matter where you're licensed. As long as you have a US license with the state bar, you can practice anywhere. Mexico City is about half the price of Chicago. It is affordable, but it's not cheap. So my expenses for rent here, it's around $2,000. A similar apartment in Chicago would probably be around $4,000 to $5,000. I like to think of myself as a pretty frugal guy. I do like to splurge on food and eat out a lot. I think I spend around $1,500 to $2,000 a month eating out. However, outside of food, I try to keep a lot of my expenses low, but as a business owner, I am able to offset some of my costs. Every month I try to put the $12,000 to my solo 401k, my backdoor Roth, or any retirement accounts that I might have. But I also put money into my brokerage account because I am trying to retire early and I will need access to that earlier on. So due to market uncertainty, I do invest in real estate because I don't like all of my investments to be tied to the US stock market. I did read The Richest Man in Babylon, and one of the main principles from that book is to pay yourself first. So I ensure that I am investing as much as possible early on because as a business owner, you're not sure how long your business will thrive. So I want to ensure that I do have investments to last me as long as possible. When I started investing, I was interested in cryptocurrency, but it's not something I tried to invest in every month. I did get lucky and invested in Bitcoin, and now I have about $125,000 in cryptocurrency. So in law school, I focused on intellectual property, and the law firm that I was working for in Indianapolis, I was actually not doing any intellectual property work. However, since I was working on a contingency at the law firm and the court shut down due to COVID, I needed a way to make more money. At first, I initially was doing contract review and some trademark law. However, after maybe a few months on the platform, the trademark law really took off. So I was working for myself on the side for about 5 months. And I want to say the first month I made about $5,000 just doing freelance services. So gradually, my income picked up from $5,000 that first month. And then around that 6th month, it was around $10,000. And the whole time I'm thinking, maybe this is sustainable. Maybe I can just do this instead of doing anything else working for the law firm that I was at. And around the 1-year mark, I was fully self-employed. A lot of these prospective clients, they're first-time business owners, they're brand owners, they're entrepreneurs, they're creatives. They've never dealt with, a big fancy attorney who's going to be charging them hundreds of dollars to really just confuse them. I try to be as approachable as possible to meet my clients where they are and make this process as smooth as possible. I think of money kind of as a tool. My goal isn't necessarily to just be rich or anything like that. My goal is just to have options. It's more so about having the option and the freedom to do what I want, with whom I want, when I want, and where I want, and doing very little of what I dislike. So I don't want to work all of my life, which is why I am very focused on financial independence and retiring early. Mexico City is a great city for me because I really love global cities. The vibrancy, the culture, the people, the food, the warm weather. There's just so many things to love about it. I certainly could live in Mexico City year round. The reason I don't is just because of rainy season, but Mexico is home for me for the foreseeable future.